Today, let us follow Macbeth to Inverness, his castle. This is Act 1, Scene 5 of Macbeth. And here in the beginning, the scene opens with Lady Macbeth sitting down and reading a letter. So, this is where you meet this extraordinary character of English literature, a character who has perhaps influenced Freud in so many of his theories. Here we need to wear a Freudian lens because this has such a deep psychological meaning and depth. Here we see the relationship between Lady Macbeth and Macbeth, the hero. I would like to imagine Lady Macbeth as sitting, perhaps she's sitting in front of her mirror and she has her ladies in attendance and she is dressing herself up in jewels and she is admiring herself and enjoying the beautiful time in her castle. And then she gets this letter and she knows that something very important is happening. She sends them away. This is what I would like to imagine. And you can see in your mind's eye this amazing, extraordinary, beautiful woman sitting there and reading this letter. And here is that very apocalyptic moment where she can be the best or she can turn to be the worst. We don't know how the letter, yes, I would say that the letter is coming to her. That is, Macbeth has sent a letter before he could reach, and she now knows all the facts that have happened as to who has won victory and what Duncan has proclaimed. She knows everything. Enter Lady Macbeth reading a letter. Lady Macbeth. They met me in the day of success, and I have learnt by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. From these lines, we know that Macbeth is writing about the witches, and Lady Macbeth is reading. And Macbeth tells his wife, I know that they have supernatural knowledge. Their knowledge is beyond the realm of mortal beings or like human beings, us, much more than we know. They are able to prophesy, they are able to tell us the future. When I burnt in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished, while I stood wrapped in the wonder of it all. I stood wrapped means I stood in a trance. I was, dumbstruck. I was in a trance. And though I wished with all my heart that they would stay, they just melted into thin air and left me. But they told me this, that I will be the Thane of Cawdor, that I will be the king hereafter. While I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time, with Hail King that shalt be. So at the very moment the King Duncan sent messengers who hailed me as the Thane of Cawdor. So, this letter shows the intimacy between Macbeth and his wife, how close this lady is to him. They are partners in greatness, they are partners in love, and soon to be partners maybe in crime. So he tells her, those weird sisters, they had hailed me as the Thane of Cawdor, and now here, see, Duncan also has conferred this title on me. And this have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness. He calls her as his dearest partner of greatness. And he is in such a haste to let her know this news. He is not even waiting for, that he himself reach the castle. Before that, he has sent a letter before him so that she would be prepared. He does not want to waste a moment in letting his lady love know the greatness that is to fall on both of them. That thou mightest not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. I don't want you to waste any moment not knowing how great you are going to be, because definitely she is going to be the queen if he is the king. Lay to thy heart and farewell. So he says, now keep this thing to your heart, this message. This is something for both of us to rejoice. I shall be king and you will be my dear queen. Lay to thy heart this letter and farewell. And now, Lady Macbeth, this is a powerful soliloquy where she is talking to herself. And this is definitely going to come for your exam. These are very powerful lines. Glamorous thou art and Cawdor, and shall be what thou art promised, yet do I fear thy nature. Thou art glamorous, thou art Cawdor, and thou shalt be what you are promised. I would say, look at the confidence in these lines. How confident is she that her Thane, her lord, her master will be able to achieve that which the witches have said. Thou shalt be king. But I am afraid of thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest wave. Now we are getting a glimpse into what she actually thinks about her husband. She knows he is brave, but she also knows his supposed weaknesses. She says that your character has a flaw, and that is you are too full of the milk of human kindness. The milk is symbolic of nurture and love, and you are so full of that kindness and compassion that you will not opt for the nearest way. What does this signify? This signifies that Macbeth would definitely like to be king. He would love to have the throne to himself, but he would not take the nearest route. The nearest route is obviously to kill Duncan. But he would rather, wait for the prophecy to come out on its own, that such that he would be made king without his effort. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness that should attend it. You are with ambition, you do seek greatness, but you don't have that illness. What does illness signify here? Illness is that obsessive mania for power that you do not have. Quite often, to create a dictator, a tyrant, a sort of madness, a fever, an obsessive, greed has to be there. And that seems to be missing in her husband. She says that illness that should be there, that would say that unto the end I will strive until I get that throne and crown, that you do not have. What thou wouldest highly, that wouldest thou holily, wouldest not play false, and yet wouldest strongly win. I know you have enough ambition in you that you would like to win this, even in a wrong way, but you don't want to take action. You want to remain passive and win this. Thou wouldest have great glamours, and that which cries, thus thou must do, if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do, then wishes should be undone. Now she knows that his moral compass is not so strong that he would deny or say that I don't want the throne. No, he is greedy enough, and he would rather have it done. Even the act of murder, if someone else would do it, he would be grateful. She knows that. Hae thee hither that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. So here you will definitely have this question as to how does Lady Macbeth perceive Macbeth, the character. Now look at the character arc. We have seen him on the battleground, and in the battle he has proved himself a valorous Thane. Now, from Duncan's viewpoint, he is a worthy cousin and he is loyalty itself. From his wife's viewpoint, she knows his insecurities as well as his greedy ambition. She knows that he does not have it in him to go and, do a stealthy murder. And so she says, hasten home that I may pour into your ear words, the valor of my tongue. She is so confident about her words, her tongue. She knows that she can make him do or commit this sin. And she does not see it as a sin, rather, she sees it as a display of his power. She here is the archetype of the devouring mother, we could say. The, the narcissistic devouring mother who would say, good, well done, only if the action suits her. And here the action is commit murder, and I will call you a man. This is what she intends to do. Enter messenger. What is your tidings? Messenger, the king comes here tonight. So Lady Macbeth asks the messenger, what have you come for? And the messenger gives her the information that Duncan is coming. Lady Macbeth, thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who were it so would have informed for preparation. You are mad. Definitely your master, my Thane, he would have told me if King Duncan is coming here. Messenger, so please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message. So one of the messengers, he rode very fast. He came in front of the Thane and he reached here. He is now almost, dead for breath. He has no more breath left in him. But he has given this information that the Thane is coming and soon will be followed by King Duncan. Lady Macbeth, give him tending. He brings good news. Please tend to him. Give him water and food. He brings great news. She is very happy. She is elated. Here is the chance. Should she commit this murder? The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here. So now she's comparing this messenger to the raven. It is said that the raven would croak when something fateful is going to happen, or somebody is going to be killed, death, a funeral. So she says that this messenger who is gasping for breath is like the raven that is crying or croaking about, and the message that the raven is giving here is proclaiming the death of Duncan that is soon going to happen. And she says, it is under my battlements, under my roof. My enemy is brought under my roof, and I should take swift action. She asks the spirits to unsex her. The meaning is she does not want anything that is feminine in her. The so-called, the cliched feminine qualities, which is supposed to all over the world. The female is supposed to be more kind because there is the nurturing mother also present in the female. She says, take away all that is feminine in me, unsex me here. Let me take forth my masculine qualities and fill me from the crown to the top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Let me be filled with cruelty. Let my blood grow thicker. Stop up the access and passage to remorse. That very conscience that would, bring forth remorse. Now, these are qualities that you are made to constantly think of. Shakespeare takes you on this journey, and constantly you are made to think of remorse, of guilt and repentance. That is one path to take. And there is the other path where she says, block my conscience, stop all access to remorse. That no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers. She does not want anything feminine to remain in her. that it might impede, that is, to stop her from her only goal and purpose, from her fell purpose, that is, to bring on the end of Duncan. Take my milk for God, you murdering ministers, wherever in your slightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. So, all those spirits, she wants them to come forth, fill her with this direst cruelty. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes. She says, night, be so thick and so black that the very knife that I will use to kill Duncan should not see the wound that it makes. So dark, so deadly. Look at how lovely this language is, how extraordinary, how amazing, how subliminal, how it is taking you to another level. That is the beauty of this language used for the most cruel message given. So, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold, that even heaven should not be able to peep. So dark and so thick should the night be, that no light from heaven should peep through, no conscience should come through and say, hold, hold, stop, do not plunge that knife into that man who is today your guest as well as your king. So, how doubly evil is this murder? Because this man is putting himself in the protection of Lady Macbeth and the Thane of Cawdor. This is our Macbeth, and yet they are going to kill him. Enter Macbeth. We see that Macbeth has himself come to the castle. Greater than both, by the all hail thereafter, thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant. Immediately, Lady Macbeth tells him that I already see the future. You are so great. Now, see, she is resorting to flattery in order to get him into a good, when he should be in that frame of mind where she wants him to be in such a frame of mind that he should please her by doing this cruel action. Macbeth, my dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight. Lady Macbeth, and when goes hence? When does he go? When will he leave? How long do we have to plan his diabolical end? Macbeth, tomorrow, as he purposes, he's supposed to travel back tomorrow. Lady Macbeth, oh, never shall suns that morrow see. Never will sun rise on that morning where Duncan leaves. No, he will not leave. He's going to be sleeping under my battlements, under my roof, and never will he wake up. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. My dear Thane, your face is so transparent. Every emotion can be seen. People will easily understand that you are planning something. To beguile the time, you must fool time itself. You must fool the people around you. Look like the time, bear welcome in your eye. In order to fool time, you should look like time itself. You should disguise your emotions and you should look very welcoming and gentle and kind. This is a very important line that is coming up. Your hand, your tongue look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. So look like the flower, your face, your hand, your aspect should look like the flower, but inside it you should be the serpent underneath it. So here we have to recall Duncan's lines that there is no art by which you can read a man's face. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom. He must be escorted to his room in the night. He must be given a grand welcome, give him a feast, and let him go and sleep in his quarters that we will prepare for him. And leave this night to me, for I shall dispatch his soul heavenward. And by this one night, I will ensure that all the nights and days to come, we will both be in, sovereign greatness. We will be in royal splendor. There is a great deal of irony here. Quite, it is very often seen that at that moment of when one commits a murder or an evil person is going to commit a great wrong, he thinks that all the days that are going to come, he would benefit from it. When in fact, the days to come will be filled with darkness. But always the tyrant thinks that the days to come are going to be golden. And the power we will gain, the masterdom, she is tempting him. She's the ultimate temptress. She is one of the most vicious characters that literature has produced. Macbeth, we will speak further. Oh yes, Macbeth is in on the game. He is in on the plan. Yes, let us plan further. He wants her approval. Here again, the both archetype, male and female, is seen. The male who wants the approval, who wants to prove his manliness, and the devouring mother who will make him prove his manliness. Lady Macbeth, only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me. You must just look clear. Do not show anyone our intention. Leave the rest to me. I will take care of the rest of it. Here we see the relationship between Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. And there are a lot of clues as to what their character is and how each is goading the other. We see a glimpse into his weakness. And here Shakespeare is giving us that one chance to perhaps forgive Macbeth to a small extent. We cannot say a complete forgiveness because definitely he is evil. And but that slight slip of forgiveness where we see that in this moment she could have been his better angel. She could have been his partner in greatness. She could have been his conscience who tells him, stop, this is our guest, this is our king. Throw away those thoughts. And here too is a great life lesson that Shakespeare gives us, that one must partner with, or be a friend with, or a spouse, or a girlfriend, or a husband, wife. Any of these partnerships should work towards the betterment, to the good of the individual. But here we see that she is viciously turning him into an even more evil, greedy, ambitious person. Thank you.